before he's been sidelined. Now, here are the allegations. Now, Onoju stated that Obi was promised the coalition would zone the South and negotiate his candidacy after inauguration, but it was just poorly to utilize Obi's popularity. Coalition's true intention. Here is what he thinks the coalition true intention is. That according to Onoju now, the ADC coalition is Atiku's construction, like it's constructed for Atiku Abubakar, and it's likely that he will step down if anyone else. He would not stay. Likely, it's very unlikely that he would not step down for anyone else. The future of Obi now is at stake. What is the future of Peter Obi? Now we'll come back to the studio. We have Dr. Henry Bassi in the studio. Good morning, sir. Welcome to Let's Talk.
Good morning, Chris.
How are you
Good morning,
doing, sir?
Benjamin. I'm fine.
All
I'm
right.
fine.
Well, looking at the political landscape, one will say, it's all politics, politics. But truth of the matter is, this is where we know exactly what we are voting in. This is exactly where, if the primaries, if this structure, this cadre of politics is not properly organized, what will be left with is the personnel that he have issued to, that have given to us to select from. So things have to be properly done at this stage of politics. Now, looking at the situation on ground, how would you react to it?
Thank you. Good morning to us people once again. Um, you see, having gone through the story yesterday, two things, got into my mind. One, the attitude of Nigerian politicians, and two, that we haven't learned lessons from what happened in the past. Now, when you look at the true essence of coalition, which is the collaborative unity where different individuals, groups, or entity come together to pursue common goal or interest. And this must have key elements that should become a unified factor to them, so to say. And that has to do, number one, shared purpose; two, mutual benefits; three, compromise and negotiations; four, diversity; and five, strategic alliance, which is a very key of when it is adopted positively, can enhance them that which they pursued, which is a calculated partnership aimed at leveraging combined strength, which is more than cooperation, which is more than cooperation. But now, narrowing down to what the former special advisor or special personal assistant to Peter Obi have just said so far. Um, Last week when I appeared on this same studio, I said something about this coalition that has to do with Dele Momodu and Atiku and the rest of them. That Dele Momodu, made a statement that look, Atiku is one of the big fish that can create a lot of, in the coalition. And I said something. I, when Buhari, started contesting election in this country, I wasn't a child. I can remember vividly, was an adult. In the three election cycles that the late General Muhammad Buhari contested, the 12 million votes that people keep talking about that Buhari had in the north and all of that. The question then was, why was he not being able to win the election? He contested with Yar'Adua, contested with Goodluck
Good luck,
Jonathan,
Jonathan.
and even during the administration of Goodluck, the first one, that is in 2011, he contested with him and lose. But when this coalition started 2013, 2014, And finally, 2015, he contested. He won the primary, which amid the establishment of the APC, which we have today as a political party, which the current president was also part of them. And when that alliance came between the North and South, they saw what happened. That the unifying factor of that collaboration, of that calculated interest, when it was aligned together, gave them that victory in 2015. And so if someone like Atiku Abubakar think that, look, he has what it takes to win election come 2027, who am I to say no? But he should remember that a tree cannot form a forest. A tree cannot form a forest. So when there are multiple of trees in a forest, then you can talk about a forest itself. Not just, this propaganda, this and that, and so on and so forth, because you believe that you are the only person that can make things happen in that coalition. The only way for them to survive and then think of winning future elections is for them to take these collaborative elements I've just made mention of into consideration. Because without which, so do you think that all other political parties who want to field the candidates come 2027 will just fold their hands and watch you doing your things and then galvanizing alone without doing anything to ensure that they also present a candidate that can also, make impact in that general election? I think that is the thing that you initiate in their minds to know that, look, you have a lot to do. So you are in the building process. You are in the building process. You just adopted this political party, ADC, to be your platform that you should, institute your structure and then grow from there. And let me tell you, when you look at the very day they've sworn in a particular administration into office, and that is the very day they started planning for the next election cycle. And that is how politics is played in this part of the world. And so for them, since that 2023 May, Bola Ahmed was sworn into office as Nigerian president, let me tell you, they have already started strategizing. And it's also happened when Buhari was sworn into office, May 29, 2015. That was his first term in office. They started strategizing. We saw what happened in 2019 when Buhari wanted to go back into office. And it happened the way they planned it. And so this coalition and other political parties who wants to participate in 2027 general election should do more than just the talking. I repeat, should do more than just the talking, because without this strategic alliance, which is aimed at as a calculated partnership, bringing the strength of these people together, see how you can form that alliance in this coalition to make sure that you unseat this current president come 2027. If not, they will just be deceiving themselves. So for me, it's too early this period to have seen them, trying to disintegrate themselves, trying to be in disarray, trying to make themselves non-effective. So they should put aside everything that should disintegrate them as a group. Put that formidable force that is expected. Show Nigeria that you will do something different. See, another thing should be, 2 days ago, the former governor of Rivers State was in the state here, trying to garner support for the new political, establishment and all of that. He shouldn't forget that it was one of those arrowheads in 2015 that brought APC. And if one needs to judge from that perspective, he is part and parcel of what Nigerians are going through today. But that is not the issue for today. The issue of today has to do with the statement, made by the former special advisor to former governor of Anambra State in the person of Peter Obi. That is the story for today. But having said what he said, we haven't had an official statement from the Peter Obi himself that, are you being coerced into, you know, being deceived, of believing that at the end of the day, the candidate of the new political party will be given to you. But for me, I said something 2 days ago that in politics, if you think of winning everything, you might not be, you know, doing the right thing. In politics, like I said some times ago, sometimes you win and sometimes you do what? You lose. So let them put their differences, whatever differences they have as a people, and think on how to form that formidable force. I do know that in human affairs, things like these bound to happen. But in the real sense, they should know that this organization is just barely a month, if I'm not mistaken. So all they need doing at the moment, having gathered themselves as coalition, they must come together as that force that Nigerians needed, not just what they should gain at the end of the day. Because I know that a lot of them, have personal interest, even more than the interest of the people.
Mm.
If that is what they have in mind, I want to tell you, when that will happen, it will happen like a bomb, exploded,
All right.
and it will not do them any good. So they should lay aside all of these, things that wouldn't help them to achieve the end, and then pursue that which is very, very paramount and important for Nigerians at the moment. Like I said, Nigerians are tired. Nigerians are completely tired. Chris, if you happen to be on the street to interview one, two, three, four persons, you will know that, see, it's not rosy for Nigerians at all. The
Right.
boys are not smiling. The street is not comfortable to a lot of persons. And for them, I know the resources is with them. They have the public resources within their disposal, and they can use it the way they want.
Mm.
But what about the masses? The greater populace of this country, who are languishing in poverty, I mean deep poverty, that nobody cares about it. I think that should be the plight of this coalition.
Very true.
Without which, they will just be deceiving themselves. At the end of the day, you see the APC, taking over power and then rule us as they like.
Okay, we'll be right back. But obviously, Fridays like this, we would love to do mostly a roundup of major stories that made it rounds this week. We'll be right back. Don't go to West with us. It's still 99.5 Wish FM Nigeria's Business Radio.